Hello, I'm going to do another live stream again. Going to be talking with a flat earther again. And again, I want people to subscribe to my channel. So if you can subscribe to my channel, that would be fantastic. It would help me out a lot. As I've mentioned multiple times, I'm trying to I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers to my channel and also 4,000 hours watch time, which is the requirement from YouTube to activate the monetary program on YouTube. So if you can watch my videos and subscribe, that would be fantastic, and I would like that a lot. I'm going to be talking with a flat earther on Discord. Discord I've been using quite a bit lately for direct communication, and I'm going to do it again today. I'm going to be talking to another flat earth person. He goes by the acronym or alias D dot dot dot, and I will be discussing with him the concepts of a flat earth. And I'm going to activate the request to him. He's supposed to be ready now, so I'm just going to ask him if he's ready. Hopefully he's there. He did say that he was available and would talk today at 1 p.m. He did say he was able to do a chat, and he did not stop me from, well, he did not say that having a live stream is a bad thing, so we're okay with everything. Okay, so let's start. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Good, good. You can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, good, good, good. I want to thank you very much for participating in this chat, and you know the topic, and so I'm just going to start right off. So, my first question is, why do you believe or follow the flat earth concept, or to be more compliant to making it sound more along the lines of a way that the flat earth people like to hear, why are you a proponent for the flat earth? If believe or following does not correlate to the way you think.
It's like the evidence of mother. It seems quite obvious. Was there in any particular topic?
You do realize I did say that I was going to be communicating with you about flat earth? Are you aware?
Yeah.
You aware of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I just asked you a question. Did you hear my question?
Yeah. I don't know how to respond to it. It's like a preponderance of evidence.
Okay, so you don't have an answer for that. That's okay. That's okay. I don't want, if you don't feel comfortable or you don't have an answer, that's okay. Were you brought up accepting flat Earth? Was it something in your family that was a point?
Oh no, for sure not a thing.
No? Okay.
I grew up in the normal school system.
Okay, okay. Was there something in your life that was a stepping point for following or becoming an advocate for the flat Earth? Like, what do you recollect, or do you remember what it was that indicated to you that a flat Earth was something that seemed to be correct?
Yeah, sure was.
And that was?
All non-scientific beliefs for the globe. Like, it's just a wild story, man.
Okay, okay. Was there anything that stood out as questionable that you had difficulty with, and flat Earth appeared to be the answer? And that more correlates to, let's say, what was being described as a globular Earth and the explanations that was given to that, was there something that stood out to you in an extreme fashion that seemed to be more understandable from a flat Earth perspective?
Yeah, about everything.
About everything? Okay, well,
Yeah,
I did ask for one, but you're
it's a
saying...
quite big topic. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm getting the aspect that these questions may be not easy for you to answer.
No.
Okay, next question. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to answer it either because you've been very general in your comments, but what explicit evidence do you have for a flat Earth?
Well, the most obvious is the missing curvature.
The missing
The globe
curvature.
map, yeah, the globe map is pretty clear, and there is no curvature
Okay.
to be measured at those measurements.
How can I ask how you came to that conclusion?
Well, we did some measurements. And it should be quite obvious. It's a small ball.
It's a small ball. I don't understand.
Yeah, compared to the equipment we have available to survey it, its curvature is not there.
Okay. When you see a picture indicated to be from space, why is that difficult to believe?
All the space agencies and the stuff, yeah. It's like the Hollywood stuff looks better.
Oh, I don't doubt that. You know, they have the equipment in Hollywood probably to do things very grandiosely. So, I don't doubt that. Let's say, seeing a film that shows outer space would be very dramatic and very, appealing just because of the fact that it's Hollywood. But if it's a picture, let's say, that's been presented by, let's say,
at least they should have some movement in their wires and some drift and stuff.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
They have NASA pictures. They're all static on wires. It's like
Pictures of the Earth, you mean?
No, from the space station.
Okay.
Yeah, the picture from the Earth. It's like fun when they go convex.
It's what again? I'm sorry, I didn't understand that part.
Pictures of the globe, from when they are filming it, and it goes convex.
It goes convex.
Yeah.
Okay.
You haven't seen those.
Okay.
The Chinese one was pretty good.
Okay. I'm going to ask a question about some things about the flat Earth, and maybe I can get an explanation from you. And this is based on the aspects of some information that I've seen about talking about how the flat Earth and the aspects of the flat Earth are understood, I guess, and observable, I guess, to some extent. And it deals with that. And it deals with this aspect of when I see a flat Earth, what I've seen, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but what I've seen is the flat Earth is basically a level ground.
The ground is level. It's topographical.
Okay, but the aspect is it's not a globe.
A topographical level plane.
Okay, so it's that, and from what I understand from things I've read and videos that I've seen about people who are advocates of the flat Earth, a lot of times they mention that the circumference of the flat Earth presentation is an ice wall. What what is being explained, from what I understand, is Antarctica, because we know that's somewhat perceivable as where this ice wall is at, and that's what's surrounding the Earth, and that's what's also containing the water. And the one thing that I want to get, the one thing that I want to get to is the sun is overhead, and it rotates around the around the Earth, and basically lights up different sections of the Earth, and that's what's considered a daytime and a nighttime. So when it's not shining over a particular area, it's day, and when it's not, it's night. Now, my question's got to do with the aspects of understanding the can't think of the word I want to use, but when it's described to me, I'm thinking, okay, the sun is overhead and it's just moving over this landmass, and it's going basically in a circle. And I'm thinking, if it's overhead, exactly how does a part of the Earth become dark? Because I'm having a very difficult time understanding that. Why is it, let's say I'm on, like, say, North America, and the European, let's say Eastern Europe, is in the dark. I'm kind of wondering, how could that happen if the sun is overhead, and technically it should still be viewable from Europe, should it not be? Because it hasn't gone anywhere, from what I understand. Am I understanding that incorrectly, or is there something that I'm missing?
It's a light in the sky, and it's Athenians, it's doesn't shine endlessly.
But again,
if you shine a flashlight along, the beam spreads out, and it won't light up like.
But you can see a flashlight from a very far distance away, right?
Yeah, but
the aspect of the light, if it's been shining and it's been shining from a source, then anything that's monitoring from that source.
Get far enough away, you won't see it, even if you have direct line of sight.
Are you sure?
You need a more powerful one.
Okay, so is the sun not powerful enough to illuminate more than one section of the planet? Is that what you're saying? Are you saying that the sun is not very powerful and it can only illuminate one part of the Earth, and because of, let's say, the distance, the parts that are in the dark, they can't see it because it's too far away?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to get clarification of that, because that always confused me. On top of that, one thing I've seen lately, and it's been because I've actually been doing reviews of Flat Earth videos and that, and one thing from Mark Sargent, he had a video and he talked about the proofs that he provides for the Flat Earth. And one of the things that was brought up was from a person who asked the question is, how do we see the lights? How do we see the stars? How do we see things out in outer space, type of thing? And he said, you only see that because it's a projection. And he said, in other parts of it, he said, we actually are living in a controlled environment, and what we see as a sky is actually not something that's in outer space. It's something that actually is a projection, kind of like a screen kind of representation. I'm kind of wondering, is that something that you also agree with, that basically the sky is not really an open area? It's basically a screen, kind of like a cover, which I've heard before. People said that the sky in that is actually a cover. Are those things that you agree with?
It seems pretty hard to get above 127,000 feet, so I don't know what's above. But as soon as you get to like 60,000 feet, I believe, you don't see any stars anymore.
You don't?
Whatsoever.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
So it's a phenomenon from the ground.
Okay, so would you agree then that the aspect of what is seen in the sky is basically a screen? It's a cover, and what we're seeing is basically a projection from that cover. That's what makes the sky look
Now,
like the
if you
sky.
look at the physical matters and their behaviors, and it's becoming colder and colder the higher you go, it's supposedly get hard surfaced, I guess.
Okay.
There is a layer of superfluid, like helium, isn't it?
Okay.
No, hydrogen. Superfluid hydrogen.
Okay.
I'm suspecting the F-35 planes fly into that layer and hides on the radar.
Okay.
Why else would they be able to close their air intakes?
Okay. Are any of your friends followers of the flat Earth?
Nah, not in particular.
No particular. So the people who are your friends and don't adhere to the flat Earth, do they question you about why you follow the flat Earth?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Is your cordiality with those friends okay? Like, I'm kind of wondering, are these like good friends, or are these just acquaintances that you know, and they may have questioned you about stuff, and and maybe you don't get into too much because they're really not close friends, or?
Yeah, I'm not going around preaching. It's
Okay. That's all that's all my questions. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you very much for participating and answering my questions.
May I ask what's it for, or where it is, or when it comes out, or whatever? Channel name, anything?
Well, my channel name is Let's Talk, and it's streaming right now. So technically, it's out right now, but I actually have I have to re-upload it because YouTube has been cutting off all my videos on my live stream. So I actually have to re-upload it, and I usually do that right away. So this should be on my YouTube channel within the next 10 minutes after we complete.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk. Interesting.
Okay.
I'll look you up.
Okay, again, I want to thank you very much for participating. I don't have any more questions, so we can end things there.
No, you just picked a random guy on the internet.
Excuse
Let
me?
me talk to this guy. You just went and picked a random guy. Let me talk to this guy.
Oh, I didn't so much pick random people. I picked people who were on social networks where this topic was a central topic, and of course Discord is one of the bigger social program systems, and this particular channel you're on is a big flat earth channel. So the people I've been talking to are all flat earth people, so you weren't random per se in the aspect of I saw you on this channel, and random in the aspect of says I just attempted to contact you just out of the blue, but not out of the blue because I just want to talk to you. If you may be in flat earth, talking to you because you were on a channel where the flat earth was a topic, a central topic, and you were part of that channel, so I concluded that you were a flat earth person. So it somewhat in that light was not out of the blue. It actually was very directed.
Okay, yeah. It's a lot to go through.
Yes. Okay, so if you're okay, I'll conclude things there, and I'll just say goodbye.
Yeah, it was nice talking to you.
You too. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
I just realized that my last video that I just did, I was not making any comments on it after I finished, and I did stop the live, so this part's not going to be on live, but then again, most likely won't be because my live always gets cut off. So I just wanted to conclude this video with an aspect of evaluation of what the conversation I had with the flat earther was, and To be honest, it was very, 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 flat. I actually didn't get a lot of information, just the aspect of I follow the flat earth and I follow it because it's true, I guess. And the questions I asked, I really didn't get any concrete answers to, even though I guess you could say the one concrete answer, if I say there is a concrete answer of the questions I asked, had to do with the aspect of the sun explanation. And getting the explanation that the night happens because the sun is not strong enough to illuminate the part that's dark. And so we'll accept that as the explanation that was given. It's a little bit complicated to understand exactly how such a massive light source could be diminished from only a few thousand miles or a few thousand kilometers distance, but that's what the person has stated. He'd stated it's just too far away. So those are question marks you have there. And again, I would always ask this question in general because it's complicated to understand exactly why something would get dark. And again, he also said the aspect that you can't see a light source from a very far distance away. And I'm thinking, oh, that's complicated to understand also because we see stars that are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of I'll say hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of light years, tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of these light sources are very far away, and it's kind of like a question mark is their distance is extreme, but yet we can still see them. And again, the question is, how come we can see them, but we can't see the sun, which is right next to us? I'm going to assume that basically from my last question, or my second last question, which is the concept of what we're seeing in the sky is actually not real, it's actually a projection, and say goes, you see stars because that's the way the screen that's over us projects them. So technically I'm answering my question based on my questions that I had asked and the presentation that the Flat Earth people have actually done with respect to describing the Flat Earth details, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there again, and we'll end this interview. Well, not an interview, it's a chat. I'll leave this chat closed. And again, I want to say, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, fantastic. If you can watch as much as possible, fantastic. These would help me build up my channel and to acquire the requirements that are required. I'm doing some alliteration here by YouTube to actually activate the monetary program. So if you guys can subscribe, that'd be great. If you like what you see, which I haven't said lately, but I'm attempting to get conversations happening. I like the conversations I'm having with the people directly because I don't want this to be a channel of me talking about videos that I've seen. To me, to be honest, that's kind of boring, and I'm thinking to myself, why would people care about what I'm seeing or what I'm watching? I'm actually more interested in talking with people directly, and that's why I'm actually having these conversations on Discord right now. I've had some other conversations on other sites. I've actually done it on Messenger, textual-based communication, and those are interesting because I get to see what people are thinking at that point in time and to see exactly how they explain things. So if you can comment on my videos, I would actually like that a lot because I actually want to start up conversations in my comments on my videos so that way I can actually interact with people and actually start understanding how people look at things and how people think things. And again, I may be targeting specific people, I may be focusing on a specific topic, but I don't want anybody who may want to comment and anybody who may want to call in if they actually will connect to me while I'm doing the live stream and they're not following the specific topic. If you want to talk about it, I have no problem with that either. So anybody can comment, anybody can talk to me about the topic in general. I'm going to leave things there. Sorry me for babbling. And Thank you once more.